Hi, I'm Paris from Paris Mae Reads, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am normally on Instagram. I have a bookstagram that has been super fun and thriving, and I have a fun community over there, but I wanted to come to YouTube because Instagram does not have some capabilities that I would love to utilize that YouTube has for some content that I want to share with you. Thank you for joining me here on YouTube. I'm excited to introduce myself today and talk more about books. So outside of Bookstagram, I am a mom of 3 littles. We are planning to homeschool. I'm currently in the trial and error trying to introduce a homeschool curriculum into our day-to-day, and it's been super fun. If you follow me on Bookstagram, you know that I approach all my book reviews from a biblical worldview. I accepted Christ as my Savior at the age of 8, and then at 10 I really made that faith a reality, and I practiced what I had said that I believed. What that looked like for me is that I began prayer journaling and reading through the Psalms as I was struggling with making friends and entering into a new school environment. We had just transferred school districts, and so that really prompted my faith to become real. My reading background is that of a lifelong reader. I was raised a reader. I'm trying to raise readers. My mom always had new books for us to read, and if we weren't reading, she was reading aloud to us, and it fostered an amazing sense of readership and ownership of our own reading in our home. She taught us to read at an early age as well, and I'm currently teaching my 5-year-old to read, and it is a really sweet time passing down a love of reading. As a child, I really remember Ella Enchanted being a favorite book of mine. I have a copy that I hope to share with my girls soon. I've loved getting to read new books to me that I wasn't read to in childhood. For example, I just finished reading aloud Classic Starts, I believe is what it's called, of The Secret Garden, and we all absolutely loved it. So I need to get a copy of the unabridged to hopefully read to them in a couple years. I'm sure that I'll be spending more time as my girls age pre-reading books, so I plan to share that content as it comes up too. Another favorite childhood book was The Chronicles of Narnia. My mom read that series aloud to us starting when I was in grade school. We were pretty young. I'm the oldest, so my brothers were super young, and I don't really remember a lot of it, and so I'm excited to reread that with my girls. I plan to read that aloud with them in the upcoming years. My reading has changed a lot over the years. In college, I used it as a way to escape my academic reading, and now I use it as content creation because I'm on Bookstagram, and people ask me to read certain books, or there are some that have big hype that I want to read, or I'm on authors' ARC teams and publishing reviewer programs, and all of those things have influenced how I read now. I was reading, depending on the year, 8 to 25 books a year, and last year I read over 100. So my reading has completely changed since entering into the social media book space, and it's been really fun to follow and figure out what that looks like in my day-to-day life as a mom. I read all genres. Before Bookstagram, I was a really big thriller and historical fiction reader, and now I find myself really enjoying fantasy. But overall, you will see me read a lot of different genres: memoirs, nonfiction, Christian fiction, historical fiction, thriller. I dabble in a little bit of horror sometimes. Let's see what else. YA, fantasy. Yeah, basically just all the genres. To rate my books, I use a 5-star rating system. I try to, I mean, if we're being honest, anybody's rating is nuanced and biased, and sometimes a 5-star read is just vibes, and I loved my reading experience, and sometimes it's a culmination of truly amazing plotting, writing, character development, all the things that we love and look for as readers. In my reviews, I also love to include spice ratings, language ratings, content considerations. Sometimes I include reader age if I think it might be appropriate for a YA or teen audience. And that's something that actually came from starting my Bookstagram. I realized that there were people like me who had the same convictions and beliefs that I do, approaching books at bookstores without any reference as to the content inside of them. So I love being able to provide spoiler-free reviews. I think maybe on YouTube, I will probably have some more deep dive spoiler episodes on my channel, but as for the run-of-the-mill book reviews, they will be spoiler-free. The books that I share are usually 4 stars and up. Sometimes a 3.5 star will sneak in. I really love just showcasing the books that I think are great and worth your time. As a mom to 3 toddlers, I don't have a lot of extra time to be reading, and if I'm reading and spending my time doing that, I want it to be a high quality book, and I want the same for you. I have a lot of other hobbies outside of reading, although reading is really dominating my time right now, but I like to call myself a hobby collector. I just collect lots of different hobbies. I'm a lifelong learner and love teaching myself new things. I taught myself how to crochet a couple years ago. I created a sourdough starter from scratch and still use and love my sourdough starter. I also have an art degree, and so painting, drawing, design, that type of thing is something that I am always kind of doing in spare moments here and there when I have time. Also, not right now, but I used to run a lot, and I have done lots of half marathons and 1 full marathon and triathlons, and that is something that as my girls age, I hope to jump back into again when I have some more time because pushing all 3 of them in a jogging stroller is just not gonna happen right now. I hope to share a lot more reads with you soon. Indie authors, all the genres, what I'm reading, what I'm loving. If you have questions or anything you want me to cover content wise, please hop in the comments and let me know. That's my little intro. That's all for this episode. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I will be seeing you soon.